volume of sphere is 4/3. Oops, that's not a good color. Volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so what is your radius in this problem? It's not 22,
It's 11.
it's 11. So we have 4/3 pi, 11 to the power of 3. So I'm not sure what you're supposed to round to because it doesn't say. Any idea on that? Or
Probably just the hundredths place.
all right, so let's do that. All right, so I got 5575.28, and then it's yards cubed. Does that
Okay.
match what you have?
Yeah, that's the same number I got.
All right, so number 2 is in some ways easier because they already give you the radius. Why don't you go ahead and do this one for us? I'll check your answer here. Same formula, just use the radius of 7.5.
Okay. I got 1,767.16.
5 because that
Oh,
4
1.5.
that 4 will round up to a 5, and then centimeters cubed. All right, so I know number 3 is multiple choice here. One of the ways to tackle problems like this is to actually like not look at what they've done, which maybe seem counterintuitive. It's to actually go and work it out yourself and then compare what you should be doing to what they actually do and not be biased by it. So the volume here is 4/3 pi r cubed, which is 6 cubed. 4/3 pi 6 cubed is 216. It is divisible by 4. I'm sorry, it's divisible by 3. So if we were to actually multiply 216 times 4 divided by 3, that does work out nicely. When you divide by 3 is 72 times the 4. This ends up being 288 pi. And then you can go to your calculator there and get that number. So again, why do I do this? Because now when we go back, we actually can see where the error is. And we can see that this is wrong. It's not 48 pi. They also use the wrong formula as well.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that then maybe that's what the student squared the radius instead of cubing it. So we got to decide whether it's this one or this one. So we actually need to get the right answer.
I got 904.8.
Yeah. Yes. All right, so that's just my suggestion on how to do these if you get it on the test. And I know it's really easy to like want to look at it. I would actually tell you to like put your hand over it and cover it up and just try to work it out on your own if you can. But that's obviously up to you when you get there. So great to hear the improvement on the test. I'm sure that makes mom happy. So let's keep going here. Find the volume of the hemisphere. So you basically need to find the volume of the sphere, which is 4/3 pi r cubed. And then you cut it in half. So you can either wait till the end to do that. If you don't like that division there, you can put multiply by 1/2 in front. It ends up being 2/3 pi r cubed, but you don't want to remember another formula. Like there's that point where you're just like, that's enough. I don't need to keep remembering these things.
I got 261.799.
All right, let me get caught up to you here.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good that you're doing that fast. I mean, I would recommend keep doing that. Now this one rounds to 2 decimal places. You're right, it is 799. So that 9 causes this 9 to round up to 880. Now, when you get to college, regardless of whether you're going to do anything in math and science, you will take a math class, and they've really gone to online systems. So like they might actually mark you wrong for something like this. That's why it's so important to get it kind of down now.
Okay.
There. All right, so number 5 here, I like the way they've organized this. The ice cream cone. All right. So sometimes it's good to draw them out separately if you want. I tend to go to the cone first. It's got a height of 13, radius of 6. So the volume of a cone,
The formula for that is base times height over 2, right?
3. So
Oh,
it's
3.
1/3 the area of the base, which is a circle. So sometimes you just go right to what a circle is, pi r squared times the height. So in this one, we get the numbers out, pi 6 squared times 13.
Okay, wait.
Let me know what you get for that one.
Mhm. Okay, did you get 490?
Yes, and what's the two decimal places?
Point 1
0,
if you're
9.
rounding to the hundredths.
Because see how it's 8, 8? That second 8 rounds this other one up to 9.
Oh, okay.
So you actually, when it says 2 decimal places, you always look at the third. The hemisphere is a sphere, but it's cut in half. So it's 4/3 pi r cubed, but you're cutting it in half. So it ends up being 2/3 pi r cubed, 2/3 pi 6 cubed.
Mhm.
And then you add those two together. So go ahead and give me your intermediate result for the volume of the hemisphere.
Okay. Okay, I got 452.39.
Yes, very good on that. And so the composite means to add them up or subtract. In this case, they add together.
Okay, wait, I'm still writing it down. Okay. Okay, I got 942.48.
Very good. Units here would be like feet cubed, feet cubed, feet cubed. All right. 6. Did you get all this down or any questions? I didn't hear you if you said anything. I'll just move on. Actually, let me know if you're back. I'm not seeing your microphone go, so maybe you're not there. Just sent you a message in the chat. Not sure if you can hear me or not. Like to, yep, there he goes.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
No problem. I know technical things happen, so don't worry about that. Let's keep going here. So if you're seeing my screen, you should see number 6. I think, did you
Yeah.
get everything down for the last one?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. The volume of a sphere is 1200. So they're giving you the answer. They're saying 1200 is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay.
Mhm.
Now for solving this, this is a test of your algebra basically. You want to undo the 4/3 first. So you do that by multiplying both sides by the reciprocal. So on the left, all that cancels. So I'm sorry, on the right, all that cancels. So you're left with pi r cubed. Now it's your choice if you want to like do the calculation as you go. This one works out nicely where you can do that, ends up being 900, but it doesn't always work out nice. Just keep that in mind.
Mhm.
Then you divide both sides by pi. This one does not work out nice. You might hold off on doing that calculation. Do you remember from your algebra class how to undo a cube?
Um, no.
What if it was a square? Do you remember how to undo squares?
Yeah, you square root it.
So same thing here. You actually just cube root both sides.
How do you cube root?
Good question. Do you have a TI 8384?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me go to that and show you real quick. Be worth doing that here. So let me quickly share my virtual TI 83. Let me see if that's up. Yep. Okay, so a couple ways to do this. The first way is you have to put a 3, which you may be wondering why, but it's for the roots. You go to math, and then actually, let me take that back. First way to do this is go to math and see this fourth one here, cube root.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that, and then you get 900 divided by pi. Pi is second caret right there. Let me know if you get something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's the exact answer I got.
Great. So it's under math. Just got to know where to go. And
Mhm.
let me get back to the other screen here. All right. I don't even know what the answer was. You got it down. Then the 6.59.
Yeah.
And if you need units, the units of radius are in feet because it's feet cubed is the volume. All right, so we can move to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Seven. All right. Company which makes this machine parts is a metal part shown below. The steel part will be a prism with the listed dimensions and a cylinder removed from its center. What is the volume of the machine part? So we're going to first find the volume of the prism.
Mm-hmm. And then subtract it
Or
by the.
find the volume of the cylinder and then subtract the two. So the composite, like it could mean add or subtract, right? Like it depends
Mhm.
on what you're doing. So the prism here, 12.4 times 15 times 10.5. Okay, so get that value, whatever that is. The
Right.
cylinder, sorry, let me actually get that too. Just to check here. 0.4 times 15 times 10. 10.5.
Okay, I got 1,953.
Yes. And works out pretty well there. So volume of the cylinder. Volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h. What is the r? What is the h?
The R is 3 and the height is 15.
Very good. So just because it's laying on its side, it's still got a height. Let's round that to 2 decimal places again.
Okay, I got 424 point. Wait, what do you want me to round it to?
2 decimal places.
Okay, point 5. I mean, point 12. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
could not speak.
That's okay. You're doing great. And I'm glad we fixed that little question on how to round here. So, you probably never forget now. So 1953 subtract 424.12. These intermediate answers are in centimeters cubed. I'd like to see that if I were grading it, but I am not grading it, so up to you if you do that. But go ahead and subtract there. What did you come up with for the final answer?
I got, oh wait. Okay, I got 1,528.89.
Okay. I'm gonna write 88 because that works out, but that's okay. Centimeters cubed. Yeah, we got it. So spheres are nice. You know, they've only got one unit or one variable in it. So, but let's you've obviously got some other stuff here you sent over. So should we go to 9.2a or 11.2b? Do either of those stand out to you?
Let's do 9.2a.
All right. Okay. All right, just downloaded that, open it back up. All right. All right, I'm just looking at this because I thought we did something like this.
Yeah, we did like a similar one. And like, I swear these two seem so alike.
They sure do to me. But nevertheless, here we will go through it. So we're going to do all the 45, 45, 90s together.
Okay, yeah.
That would be my strategy here. And as a reminder here, the legs are the same. The hypotenuse is x root 2. So
Okay.
this problem, x would be 12. What would y be?
Y would be, oh wait. Y
Just
would be 12 radical, I mean, square root 2.
yes, you can say what you were about to say was correct. 12 radical 2 is fine. Square root of 2 is fine as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go to number 4. So this is the going backwards. This is like they're giving you the x root 2 side, and you've got to find the 2 legs. So the way you were doing this, it was really well on your assignments, is you were writing it out. The known side equal to the reference side, divide by root 2, divide by root 2. So what does x equal?
4.
4. And 4 for x represents the legs.
Mm-hmm.
So both legs are
4.
very good. All right, so let's go to, this looks really similar. I mean, because I actually grabbed some problems for another student because this was such a good assignment for 30, 60, 90s and 45, 45, 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really similar. So what we did, okay, keep going here.
Okay, I solved number 6. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I missed that one. Let me go grab it. What did you get for R and Q?
So, oh yeah, for R and Q, I got 23.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, so 7's a little more difficult. You have to divide by the square root of 2. So maybe a quick review on this if needed. You may already
It's
know
7 square root 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Very good.
I always feel like a tiny bit unsure, but like, I don't know.
The more you do this, the more you're going to have confidence in your answers. And that's really going to help you on standardized testing, SAT, ACT stuff. You really want to be confident in your answer, even because even though you won't get the feedback, it's good. It's better. It's just way better. You just feel better.
I've never really been someone who's confident about my answers.
Well, it's going to change. The more tutoring you do, more you understand why your answer is correct. You're just gonna you're gonna be a different student here for too long. So number 10, I think number 10 is the next 45, 45, 90.
Okay, I solved that one too. The legs are 11. I'm sure.
Yes. And by the way, the strategy that we're doing here works in your other classes. Like you want to do like problems because it's repetitive. Way our brains work is we can do the same things over and over again much faster than switching between 2 different tasks. So let's go to 13 here. Let me know. Go ahead and work that one out. Let me know what you come up with.
Okay, the legs are 15 square root 2.
Very good. All right, 17, I think is the last one until you get to the bonus.
I'm pretty sure.
And then we'll go back and do all the 30, 60, 90s.
Okay. So this one, the other leg is 6 square root 2, like b is square
Yes.
6 square root 2. And then it'd be 6 square root 2 times square root 2. So then
Okay.
it'd be 6 square root 4, but we can't leave it like that.
That's right. You
And
sound
I
like me. That's great. Keep going.
But I forgot what we're supposed to do, but I know it ends with like a normal number, like having a
Yeah.
normal number.
Yeah. So the square root of 4 is 2.
Mhm.
So you have to multiply 6 times 2 is 12.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So if you can take the square root, like if it's known.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so take a deep breath. 30, 60, 30, 60, 90s are a little more difficult. Remember this, you really want to do the same thing each time. You want to identify whether you're given the short leg, the long leg,
Mhm.
or the hypotenuse. Okay,
Wait, I'm gonna write that down
it's as
really
simple as that. Like, you know, don't overcomplicate it. It's like, which one am I given? And the short leg's always across from the 30. The long leg is across from the 60. So that's how I'd like us to start each problem. Before you make a bunch of calculations here, let me know when you get all this down.
Yeah.
I want you just before you do any calculation, just to say, okay, 8 is the blank, and you're either going to say short leg, long leg, or hypotenuse.
Okay, 8 is the short leg,
Yes. Okay.
and so
And
that would be X.
yes, meaning it's the short leg X. So that this
Yeah.
X over here is different. That's
Do you
another
want to
little wrinkle.
use like A just to tell them apart?
Up to you. Up to you. If you like, you know, saying that's A, that's 2A, that's A root 3.
Let's do that.
It's fine with
Just to
me.
like help us.
Okay. So go ahead and give me the value of the hypotenuse here, please. Or Y, either one.
I got 16 for the hypotenuse.
Good.
And then the long leg is 8 square root 3.
Good. There's not much work. You know, once you know these, you don't have much that you can do to show your work. So maybe just ask the teacher about that one if there's an issue. All right, so 22 is the fill in the blank.
Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse, good.
So then A would equal 11.
Yes.
And then the short leg would also equal 11.
Is that X or Y?
X.
And it's X because it's across from 30. All right, good. What does that make Y?
And then that makes Y 11 square root 3.
Good.
And then
For 5.
okay. So the long leg, which is 9 square root 3, we equal that to A square root 3. And so A equals 9.
Now, what are you going to do here? You got to see how they switch the letters here.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Yes, but it does actually work out. A is the short leg.
And it equals 9.
And just so you know, that's why the teachers do that, is just to make another level of like deception, to make these challenging, to make sure you know, like, is it really X or is it A? What is C?
C would be 18.
Very good. So we did 6, we did 7. Looks like we're up to 8.
8 would be, so the hypotenuse which is 6, is 2x. So then x would be, a would be 3.
Good.
And then the short leg, which is k, would also be 3. And then j, the long leg, would be 3 square root 3.
Very good. All right, so 9.
And 9.
So you don't have to, you've got this down. So just if you want to solve these and just give me the final answers, I'll check them for you as we go.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good. So x would be 4 square root 3.
Good.
And then y would be 8.
Yes.
We can maybe work on the bonus problems and then the next worksheet because I feel like I have most of these down.
I would agree. Yeah. So let's go quickly look at the bonus. So 19. 19 here, they're giving you the hypotenuse. So your A is 6 square root 3 this time. Take a look at that and see if you agree. It does happen to be the short leg, which is okay.
Oh, yeah.
But that works out. So because it's double to get to that. So B is 6 root 3 times root 3. So that's 6 times 3, which is 18.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
We'll do 21 next. This one, the reason it's a bonus, it just isn't as like nice. They're giving you the short leg for once, which is great. So your R is double that, 2 times 3 square root 2, which is 6 square root of 2. Your long leg, you have to take that 3 square root of 2 and multiply by the square root of 3. 3 square root 6. Let me know when you get all that down. We'll go to 20.
Okay, wait. I was writing that on the wrong one.
Sorry, I do that a lot. Always good to do them in the order, you know, the like one that makes sense. And if you're not taking tests like that, you may find that you start doing that. You know, you should do all the ones you know how to do first. Then you go back and do the ones you don't know how to do. Just skip, you know, and come back.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right, so 20 is a 45, 45, 90. So what is the A in your problem? Or what are you setting A? You're setting A root 2 equal to 7. So you have to divide by root 2. This one is a fraction. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it's not nice. Friendly, if you will.
So how would we like, I don't totally know how to do this part.
Okay, so the top becomes 7 square root of 2. What does the bottom become?
2
2.
or 0? Okay,
Not 0,
2.
not 0, not 0. It's because square root of 2 times square root of 2. So that becomes 2. And so a couple of things you could do here. You can just leave it as is, or you could write 7 over 2 in front of root 2. They're both okay. But these are the X and the Y values. They're both the same.
Okay. So just be 7 over 2 and then square root 2.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. So I just need 30 seconds here, but I'll be right back. I'll get that other one. You want to move to 11.2? Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Give me just 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So let's see here. Question 2. I guess we'll just do these in order here. Let me know if you're there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I was a little distracted.
All right, question 2, find the measure of the indicated angle in the diagram below. H, J, G. So that's this one right here.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Wait. HJG. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, couple ways to do this. Do you remember the sum of the interior angles formula for a for a hexagon?
No.
Okay, so we don't need that, but it could be useful. Do you see that there are 8 triangles that are created?
Yeah.
All right, so the if you were to draw a circle here, it would be the circle's 360 divided by 8 to get you
Mhm.
each of those angles, which may not be the way they want you to do this, but this does work. So keep that in mind. Like, I don't know if you have to show your work here, but yeah, that ends up being 45 degrees.
Okay.
So the you know the sorry, this is so there's too many lines. The HIG, that's 45 degrees right there.
Mhm.
Or no, just gotta get it
Okay.
right. You're the last lesson of the day, unless somebody schedules at 10. So I'm getting done here. KJG is you're splitting that one in half, basically. So 22.5. You're just cutting it right in half.
Oh, okay, I get that.
So not too complicated there.
I would have never gotten that by myself.
There is a way to do it with some of the interior angles, but you end up finding these angles out here, which map to the interior one. But
Mhm.
this is maybe an easier way to do it. All right, number 3.
Mhm.
All right, so this is review. You've done problems like this a number of times here. It says it wants to find the area of the regular octagon. The area of any regular shape is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. Are you given the apothem?
Yes, it's 3.
It's 3. And the perimeter is 8
Oh.
times for the octagon, 8 sides.
Mhm. Okay. Let me write. Put
I
that
don't know
down.
why they want you to round this one. There's no rounding needed.
There's no writing.
That's weird.
She always puts it on the ones that were not necessary. Okay, I got 48 too.
Okay, good. So that would be centimeters squared if you needed units. All right, question 4. All right, find the area of the regular triangle. So again, you could just do it the same way we've been doing. It's even though you know formulas for triangle base times height,
Mhm.
if you have the apothem, which you do, and you can easily calculate the perimeter, which you can do, it's better to use this formula. So 3 times 12.
Okay.
This one you do round, I guess, because the square root of 3. Let me go ahead and work that out as well. All right. Go ahead and round that for me. Let me know what you come up with.
Okay, I got 62.35.
Yes. All right. Question 5.
Yeah.
All right, find the area of the regular heptagon. So heptagon is 7-sided. There's something in that prefix that means 7. It's another class though. This one though, they don't give you the side length, okay?
Mhm.
And it's like, no good. So, but they are giving you 2 of the 3 sides of a triangle. Do you see that? Like this is
Yeah.
2.5. So you can find B in this
Do
problem.
we put it in the Pythagorean theorem?
Exactly. 2.5 squared plus B squared equals 2.77 squared. So when you solve for B, round it to 4 decimal places because it's an intermediate result. You usually go out 2 more or double what you already have
Oh,
in
okay.
this case. It's a rule of thumb. It's not, that's just Matthew's guidelines. It's not, gospel.
Gospel.
Yeah. All right. So let me know what you come up with for B.
Okay, I got 1.1929.
Good rounding there. So B is not, it's like half a side. So if you want the side length here, you have to double that number. And the reason we're doing all this is because we want to keep using this formula, 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter.
Mhm.
So this is the apothem is 2.5. The perimeter is 7 times whatever 2 times this B value is.
Mhm.
So I got 2.38 2.3858. Yeah. Depends where you multiply by 2. If you do the rounded one, it's 2.3858. If you do the exact one, you get off in the 10,000ths place, but that's okay. Really not a big deal. 2.5 divided by 2. All right, so let me know what you come up with for this, rounded to 2 decimal places.
Okay, I got 20.8787.
So that's 7, though, doesn't that round up with the 5? Doesn't that 5 cause the 7 to round up?
Oh, I put in the full thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I'm sure it's close enough. Like, I don't think you're going to get marked off in the hundredths place.
I got 0.8749.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's where it comes down to rounding. So there's usually enough tolerance in these things, but just be careful there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're going to accept or not.
Okay, was that all on this worksheet?
That's all I see.
Okay.
So we can go back and do the rest of the other one.
I think I have one more assignment to do for this class.
Okay.
I should have probably sent you another one just in case.
It's fine. We still got a little bit of time here, so we'll certainly take us.
I don't think there's anything. Oh wait, I have a practice quiz we could do.
Okay.
But we probably won't get very far. Do you want to actually just finish up 9.2 and then we can do
Totally up
this
to you.
practice quiz another time?
You're the customer. You get to decide.
Yeah, let's finish up this worksheet that we were
Okay.
working on the 9.2.
All right. Let me go grab that. All right. So I think we left off at maybe 12 or 14. Not sure which
I'm
one.
on 11.
11. Okay. Let me go grab 11. And I recommend you work these out, and I'll just confirm your answers here as you go.
Mhm. Okay, I got R is 16 square root 3 and W is 8 square root 3.
Good.
Okay. Okay, I got H equals 20 and B equals 20 square root 3.
Good.
Okay, Y equals 26. And then X equals 13 square root 3.
Okay, you got it. Are you surprised at how quickly you can do these now?
Yes. Before I was just like staring at them for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like a foreign language when you have no idea what's going on.
And now it's like so easy to me.
Yeah, that's great. That's
And
really
I've been able to help some of my other friends, which is really good.
that's the next level. If you can explain this to someone else, you know it. You really know it.
Okay, so for Y, I got 14, and for X, I got 28.
Good. All right, number 16.
C is 32, and then B is 18 square root 3. Yeah.
All right, C though is 36.
Oh, 36. I
Maybe.
always get 18 times 2 like messed up. It's like, I don't know why.
It's okay. You've done, really doing really well on this. And last one of this type, I think. Yeah. This one's a little bit more difficult, but should be able to do it.
So A, I don't know, I'm telling you that. Okay. Wait, that wasn't the
No,
answer.
this is interactive. It's good for me to hear you. And
Okay, wait. A is 5 square root 3,
good.
and then C is 10 square root 3.
You got it.
Oh, okay. I'm so proud.
No, you did great. This is ideal. All right. Well, I think this is a great place for us to stop here for